Hello class, I wanted to create a video to help with problems number 5 and number 6. Problem number 5, it says to match the linear correlation coefficient to the scatter diagram, and we're given 3 different coefficients. So if we have a negative coefficient, that means the data should fall from left to right, and the closer the coefficient is to +1 or -1 means the tighter the data will be. Right, so when I look at the first scatter diagram, it looks like the data, when you compare these 3 together, it looks like this one is loosely associated, right? They're kind of all over the place, whereas the one on the bottom, number 3, it's a straight line almost. So I would expect this will be the closest to 1. This graph would be the least close to 1, and this one would be somewhere in the middle, right? So for letter A, where it says -0.049, that's not very close to 1. So I would say this graph 1 would be the appropriate choice. Now my next two, my choices are 0.992 and -1. So -1 is really a perfect straight line. -0.992 is almost a straight line. And again, the negative just means it's going to fall from left to right. If all of these were positive, they would all rise from left to right. So scattergram B, the coefficient B, that would be number 2, right? Not quite perfect straight line, but pretty linear when you compare it to this. And then the -1, that's going to be choice 3, right? -1 means we have pretty much a straight line. I check answer, and we get the excellent. Problem number 6, it says, okay, which of these will have a positive, negative, or no correlation? So years of education and annual salary, I would think the more years of education, the greater your salary, right? I would think someone without a high school degree would probably have a lower salary than somebody that's got a college degree or a master's or a PhD. Now, of course, there's always exceptions, right? Bill Gates and Steve Jobs did not complete college, neither did Mark Zuckerberg, yet their annual salary was probably pretty good. But on the whole, right, if you were to survey 1 million people, I think that probably the more education, the better the salary. We press final check, and we get the fantastic. So I reset question 6 to see if I can get another example. Right, every time I do question 6, they change the questions, but the concepts are the same. So now, take a look at this one. Outside temperature and number of people wearing coats. So I would think if I'm if I'm trying to imagine an imaginary graph, right, I would think that as the temperature outside gets hotter, the number of people wearing coats would get smaller. So I'm thinking this is a negative correlation, right? Think about it. Again, as the temperature gets hotter, the number of people wearing coats should be reduced. All right, we take a peek, and we get the good job. So hopefully that helps you with problems 5 and 6. Thank you for watching.